Hi there, good noon. Well, actually, good afternoon. I'm normally with you guys at 12, and I've been conditioned to use good noon, especially because we rarely get to say that. So we are meeting each other today so that we can continue our journey of preparing for Maharashtra CET. And in this particular session, we are going to focus specifically on reading comprehension. So what generally happens is that those of us who prepare for the CAT, we anyway get a really large dose of reading comprehension. And therefore, the moment it comes to these other management entrance tests, we sort of end up focusing a lot on the other question types, especially grammar, vocabulary, any new or different VA question type. And somehow in this process, reading comprehension at times ends up taking a back seat. But then quite a few of you told us that you would also want a bit of practice for reading comprehension. So that is exactly what we have planned for you today. So a quick overview of the exam: 150 minutes, 200 questions, +1, there is no negative marking, and the exam puts you through a few sections. So the largest being logical reasoning, then you have abstract reasoning, English, and finally quantitative aptitude. And we have taken you through each one of these sections in detail. And within the English section, one of the things that we get here is reading comprehension /RC/unseen passages. So this session is all about working on those passages. So you are on BYJU'S exam prep channel dedicated to your success as an MBA aspirant. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so that you do not miss out on even one session. I mean, you've noticed that over the course of last 2-3 days, we have taken you through multiple sessions every day. So for any serious aspirants, these sessions add a lot of value and give you this much needed practice, to the run up of your exam. Besides, if you have any concerns, any issues, any specific doubts, you can always get them addressed through the comment box down below. So my name is Vikrant. I'm your personal coach for all things related to English and communication. So let's go ahead. If there are any questions, please ask. Otherwise, let us start a practice. So typically, when we talk about Maharashtra CET, the passages that we get are relatively on the smaller side. And so you can get around 20-25 questions on RC, but usually the questions that are asked are easy. Occasionally, they can be moderate. The passages, on the other hand, can at times belong to those areas which you may not be very familiar with. So that lack of familiarity could pose a challenge. The lack of familiarity could be a reason for maybe struggling a bit, but otherwise, by and large, easy questions. So what I am going to do today is that I am going to take you through 3 passages. The first passage, and I'm going to mimic the difficulty level that we generally get in Maharashtra CET. So the first passage is going to be easy. The second one is going to be easier, but the third one is going to be a little tougher. So that you know that even when the difficulty level goes up, you know the level to which it generally rises. So if you go through all the 3 passages, you'd be very much in tune with the kind of questions that the exam asks and the difficulty level that you need to be mentally ready for. So 3 passages, I'd give you 1 paragraph per slide. The moment you are done reading the paragraph, tell me and I'll switch over to the next slide. Okay, just drop in a quick yes. And after that, we will have our questions. The average length that we have of the passages today is going to be around 400 to 450 words per passage. So that's roughly what we are aiming at or targeting. Hello, so many new people. Okay. Okay, so let's start. Here is the first paragraph of the first RC passage for you on the screen. Let's get cracking. So drop in a quick yes, okay? Don't forget to do that. Crazy Ajay. Done reading it? I don't see a message. Damn, I hope that you're through with it. Maharashtra CET is more about speed. Okay, questions are easy, so it all boils down to can you really read these things fast? Okay, so here is the next paragraph for you. Oops. Really tiny paragraph. I think I'll switch after 15 seconds anyway. So I'm assuming that you have read this particular paragraph. It was not very challenging, was not very lengthy at least. So switching over to the next paragraph now. Okay, done. So here is the next one. Fantastic, Akshay. Glad to see that you're reading fast. Yes, you too. Guys, are we through with this particular paragraph? Why are some of you naming these household events, things? So a little while ago, I noticed somebody writing sui and now somebody else is writing cup and I'm not even able to see the connection. So sui is Hindi for needle, right? Okay, here is the next one. The last paragraph. Done. Are we ready for the questions? Okay, so here is your first question on the screen. You can use the seeker of the YouTube video to go back to the passage and reread the relevant parts. So you 5 paragraphs, right? So go ahead, answer this question. The moment I see 6 answers, that's when I will start discussing it. Fantastic. Okay, Ajay, I see your answer. Anyone else? Anyone else? You notice this is known as a fact-based or specific detail question, and Maharashtra CET gives you truckloads of these questions in the exam. And yes, you guys are absolutely correct. The answer is indeed option B. With that, let's dive into our next question. Question number 2 on your screen. Absolutely yes, guys. B is the answer. So what's your take on second? Okay, so I have 4 answers so far. Okay, that makes it 6. You are absolutely correct. The best answer here is indeed option A. So the problem with C was this. And in case you had to rule out, you could have looked at soul in order to eliminate option C. Here is the third question based on the passage on your screen. Fabulous, guys, huh? So it basically tells me that when it comes to fact-based questions, you guys are absolutely rock solid, huh? Absolutely cracking. Oops, I've dropped my pen. Just give me a second. Oh, let me just go get it. All sorts of theatrics today for you until you answer these. Okay, guys. Oh, what's wrong with it now? Okay, guys, I think there is some teeny weeny issue here, but anyhow, let's just roll with it. So for question number 3, the best answer is, as a lot of you have already stated, option D. So D it is. Let's go ahead and mark that and move on. You guys are on a roll otherwise. Okay, question number 4 on your screen. What's your take on this? I see there's a slight distortion, some part of the screen. I don't know why. Just see if I can. Is it something on the camera? Is it something else? Let me see if. Man. Okay, anyhow, let's just work with this. So what's your take on the 4th question, guys? Okay, Maitri has set the ball rolling this time around. And you guys are absolutely on a roll today. Absolutely, guys. So the correct answer is indeed option A. So let's choose that and move on. I really like it when okay, A versus D. So let's see. Nilometers, they showed a devastating impact on agricultural regions that are presently dependent on monsoon. So that's how you could have ruled out D. D talks about presently. Now, another funny thing about presently, okay? What is the meaning of presently? Anybody who can tell me the meaning of presently. That'd be absolutely amazing to see that. What is the meaning of presently? So guys, what's the meaning of presently? Currently, ongoing? No. That's what a lot of people get wrong. Presently does not mean events that are happening right now. Presently actually is used to talk about immediate future. So imagine I bump into you on the stairs of a building and you are there at that building to meet me. So I may ask you to go to the office or go to the room. Okay, why don't you head to the room? I will join you presently. So presently means बस अभी आया अगले 1-2 मिनट में. So presently does not talk about at present. A lot of us think that it talks about right now. And in any case, in this particular question, D could have been ruled out. So I hope now you know the correct use of presently. Okay, here comes the last question based on the passage on your screen. Share the answer with me quick. So question number 5, what's your answer? Repercussion was used in the 4th paragraph of the passage. Okay, so this is more or less a straight up, straightforward sort of, I'd say what, vocabulary question. And these are the kind of questions that we get all so often in this particular exam. So our correct answer here is option C. So contradiction basically means when two people do not agree and they happen to have diametrically opposite point of views, we call them contradictory. Uh, So backlash has a similar meaning. Stratagem and maneuver both refer to kind of planning, where machinations refer to a plot or a scheme, particularly of an evil or a sinister kind. So the closest that we have here is C, backlash. Business maestro, I could have, but then you can use the seeker to go back to that paragraph, no? How would I really be then? It's easier for you to go back. Besides, you don't even have to refer to the passage in this case because the other words are fairly far away from the meaning of this particular word. Okay, so let's dive into our next passage. Ready? So passage number 2 on your screen. Do tell me the moment you are done with it. Done with this particular paragraph? Okay, so here is the next paragraph for you on the screen. Fantastic, guys, fantastic. That's decent speed. Not bad, huh? Okay, so are we through with this now? Fantastic. Here is the next one. This is smaller. Can I take you over to the next paragraph? Okay, here it is. Another smallish paragraph, and then there is just one more to go. Okay, next. Can I take you over to the next one now? Okay, so here comes the last paragraph on your screen. After that, we dive into questions. Shall we? Okay, so here is your first question of this passage on the screen, but in the overall scheme of things, that's going to be your sixth question. So question number 6 on the screen, what's your answer? Okay. I see 2 answers. Give me 4 more and we'll start. Yes, absolutely right. The correct answer is indeed B. This can be found in the very first paragraph itself. Yeah, and I think you guys have kind of mastered the specific detail or fact-based questions. So here is the seventh one. What's your answer for question number 7? Yes, the correct answer is indeed option A. And we are choosing option A because if you look at the second paragraph, it has a sentence that says, on Friday, the US unveiled a list of $50 billion in Chinese goods to target with 25% tariffs, pledging more duties if China retaliated. So that is obviously represented by option A. Here comes your next question. Question number 8 on the screen. What's your answer? Okay, Ajay has set the ball rolling this time around. Waiting for 5 more answers. Okay, that's enough of a trend. You are absolutely spot on. The correct answer is indeed option C. Question number 9 on your screen. What's your take on this? And just time yourself, okay? Time. Oh, some of us, okay, one of us has also chosen E in the previous question. All of the above. There are quite a few that could be eliminated, yeah. Shiva, I see that, yeah. Multiple messages would not really mean multiple votes for an option, right? What's your take on 9th? Okay, so I do have 4 answers and a high. 2 more answers. 1 more answer. Yes, it is indeed option D. Man, you guys are really good at retaining the information from the passage or referring to the right area. It's amazing job. And here comes the last question based on this particular passage. Another vocabulary based question, but you won't really have to refer much to the context. If you know the meaning of provocation, that would generally suffice. Okay. Oh, this is turning out to be tad bit challenging for some of us, but the correct answer is C. See, provocation is where you do or say something that can make the other person act in a retaliatory manner, in an unreasonable manner. Now, acquiescent and amenable are used for those people who agree readily to the others. So if you tell them something, they'd be rather readily in sync with what you say. So they are actually antonymous. Compliment is a positive word. Let's remove it. Repression is to subdue somebody by force. That's not what provocation is, right? Provocation is where you play with the mind of the other person and make that person react in an angry or unreasonable manner. So even this is ruled out. So incitement has that same meaning. and that is why we choose C as our answer. So the first two passages were easy, where I gave you a lot of direct questions and some vocabulary based questions. That's usually what we expect in Maharashtra CET. But then you know that there are times when the questions can become a little tricky, a little tougher. So the next passage will show you the kind of difficulty level that you can expect from a tough passage usually in Maharashtra CET. So passage number 3 on your screen. Do let me know once you've read it. Done? Okay, so here comes the next paragraph for you. Oh, what's this screen name? Henna by Naz. Oh, Mehndi, Vendi and all, huh? In case you happen to be a henna artist, I would love to know how you picked up this skill. हाँ, मेरा आर्टिस्ट्री से दूर दूर तक कोई लेना देना नहीं है. मैं तो मतलब तो आई एम फैसिनेटेड बाय पीपल हु आर गुड आर्टिस्ट्स. Ready for the next paragraph? These are easy, yaar. Come on. Fantastic. Okay, so changing, switching. Third paragraph. This is the second last paragraph. There is just one more paragraph to go after this. 421 words for you. Okay. And here comes the last paragraph on the screen. Through with this? Okay, just drop in a done or a thumbs up and I'll know. Ah, Rishabh, you are reading it pretty fast. That's good. All right, people. Here is the. एक आध बंदा और बता ही दो ना, सिर्फ ऋषभ ही पढ़ रहा है यार, बाकी लोग किधर? Okay, so here is The first question based on this particular passage on your screen. What's your answer? Okay. So I have 2 answers so far. I need 4 more. Okay, so in this particular question, the challenge was essentially all about these 2 options. So now if you look at A, does the passage talk about what a computer virus is? Yes, absolutely it does. That's talked about in the first paragraph. But if you look at the remaining paragraphs, especially the third and the fourth, you would notice that the focus in those paragraphs is more on how they spread. Right? So second, third, fourth talk about the spread and the damaging impact of that spread. Right? So if I have to choose the best answer choice, or if I look at A versus D, the better one of the two, A talks about the purpose of 1 paragraph, D talks about the purpose of 2 paragraphs, and that is where D becomes better than A. Somebody's also picked up E. Dude, society does not have damaging effect on the society or evil effects on the society. Individuals, yes. Society is not something that they've talked about yet. So it was more of A versus D, where D is better than A. It's not that A is not covered by the passage, but A is relatively narrow. So, when we talk about overview based or main idea based questions, purpose based questions, there are times when options can be narrow, there are times when options can be broad, and then we need to, of course, eliminate to arrive at the best answer. Okay. C, malicious intentions of people in the society. Come on, Prathamesh, if I give you C as an essay topic, will you write the passage that you've just read? That this thought process, I call this the 180-degree approach, will help you eliminate C very easily. Okay, question number 12 on your screen. What's your take on this? Okay. So I have 5 answers. Make that 6 and you're absolutely spot on. The correct answer is option D. So you notice these questions are not always as direct as we saw in the previous passages. So be ready for that. Next question, question number 13 on your screen. What's your answer? So once again, in this particular question, you may find multiple options to be correct. In that case, your job is to go ahead and pick up the one which is the best and mark that as your answer. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Malicious intentions of the people in the society. Now you notice what can be the reason behind the massive spread of computer viruses today. See, people historically, people have always had malicious intentions. If the computer viruses were to spread, they would have spread in the past as well. So had A said that the malicious intentions have increased and therefore the spread has increased, then it could still be considered. but otherwise merely malicious intentions will not cut it. Then B, increased connectivity among computers. Yes, if I look at this particular passage, it has described increased connectivity as the reason for the spread of computer viruses, right? There is a sentence that says something like, in today's constantly connected world, you can contract a computer virus in many ways, some more obvious than others. So connectivity, yes. Increased development of technology has not been mentioned anywhere in the passage. Increased use of internet, yes, but then if I compare B and D, internet is a part of connectivity. It's a subset of connectivity. So if I have to choose one, I'd anyway prefer B over D. So let's rule out D. And then E, increase of professional coders in the society, not mentioned anywhere in the passage, and that is why our best answer should be option B. So A, B and D have usually bothered a lot of people in this particular question, but B should be our best answer going by the passage. Okay, here comes the next one. Question number 14 on your screen. What's your answer? So it's not stated explicitly in the passage. You may need to apply a bit of your mind. Okay, so what did you choose? So I see B, I see C, D, lot of C's for that matter. So if I have to choose the best answer, I'd pick up C. Look at the question. We are being asked for the biggest threat. So it can make a computer completely ineffective. Yes, that's true as per the passage. It is a threat. It can steal one's important documents. Yes, it is a threat. Now, if you compare A and B, you notice B is a bigger threat. Then C, it can affect all the computers in a network of affected computers. So A and B were limited to just one computer. C says that it can have an exponential impact. It can affect all the other computers in that network. So the exact same thing is going to happen to multiple users. So that makes C better than B. So let's rule out A and B, zero in on C. D, it can destroy one's important data. That's once again limited to one particular user and therefore can still be ruled out. E, again limited to one particular user, and that is what makes C an undisputed best answer choice or the biggest threat for us. Okay, so you had to do that bit of comparison, and that can make these things a little tricky. And here comes the next question from this passage. Yash, when you say affecting, what do we mean by that in this context? When you steal somebody's documents, that's one particular effect, right? When you make the computer inoperable, that is another particular effect. So when you say affecting, in the context of this passage, it is clear that all of these effects can come your way. So when you talk about B or D, you're talking about a specific impact to one particular user. C talks about that same impact being multiplied over to everybody else on that same network. And that's why we've chosen that over others. Okay, so which of the following means can be employed? Now you notice the question itself. can be employed. We are looking at possibilities. So what has been given as a common fixture, a common thread in the in this particular passage? Have we specifically been asked to minimize the use of internet? If you do that, you are also going to miss out on a lot of benefits of the internet. So it does not appear very likely. Minimize storage of data in one's computer, but then again, storing that data also has a lot of benefits. Minimizing use of unsafe passwords could be, but then people who are installing viruses, are they cracking your passwords in order to install them? Minimizing download of suspected attachments, yes, definitely mentioned as a threat. Makes this a front runner. Minimizing use of computers, come on, it's like saying, you know, if somebody comes to me and says, sir, RC mein badi galti ho rahi hai, sir, I'm making a lot of mistakes in RCs, or I'm getting a lot of questions wrong in the mocks, what should I do? And should I tell them that, oh, in that case, the easiest solution is stop writing the mocks? Mocks play a role, they help you. So I would not like to rob you from all those benefits. So D is the best solution among the options that are given so far. So that's why we go ahead and mark D. And here is a thought that I wanted to share with you today. It's all about taming our mind. So guys, if you enjoyed working with me, if you think that the session has helped you in any way, don't forget to like this session and do consider subscribing to our channel if you wish to continue accessing all of these practice sessions and strategy sessions that we keep bringing for you. And this session is not the only way in which you can practice with us. We have these daily section-based quizzes available on our app. Go there and you can practice a lot of different varieties of questions right now. So you are attending. So we started this series called 100 Most Expected Maharashtra CET Questions. Make sure that you continue to attend those sessions as well in order to increase your practice. And then if I am taking a session for those who are aiming at CAT 23. So on 14th of March, I talk about a very detailed, very in-depth strategy of working on VARC. So if you know somebody who can benefit from that, do pass it on to them, and do recommend BYJU'S courses, which are very exhaustive, very thorough, and they take care of every aspect, as you can see. And in order to make it easier for you to join our batches, we have this scholarship test that will be conducted on 18th of March, and that can lead to a really sweet deal for a lot of you. In fact, a lot of you have actually done a fabulous job today. I see quite a few of you doing really well in this exam as well. So that's it from me today. Do follow us on different platforms so that you can reach out to us. And I look forward to meeting you guys once again really soon with some other session helping you move closer to your goals, your dreams. Until then, stay safe, stay focused, stay in touch. Take care and have a nice day.